Hey, what's up everybody? tootalltoby here, and in today's absolute beginners SolidWorks tutorial, we're going to take a look at a practice model found here at tootalltoby.com. So we go to tootalltoby.com, we click on practice models up at the top, and we are going to do the very first practice models, 240101. Click here to practice. So once we get into this practice models app, we can see here that this model has a complexity rating of tier 1. It's actually called tier 1 part. And we can see that 1,356 people have completed this model. Let's see if we can make this 1,357 people, if I can get it right. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom of this page. We're going to click here to begin, and we are going to click reveal drawing. And boom, we are in the challenge. So you can see here that there's a field down at the bottom here. It says mass grams. And we can see here that it says, what is the mass of this part in XX grams? So we calculate what the mass is, and then we're going to type that in over here in this box and hopefully come up with the correct answer. So a little pro tip here as we're getting into this beginner's challenge, if you hold the control button on your keyboard and then you roll the wheel, you can zoom in on the web page, and that way you can make this drawing a little bit bigger and a little bit easier to read. So now we can see here that our challenge is to take this 2D information and turn it into a 3D model. And whenever you're taking a 2D print and turning it into a 3D model, you're going to follow kind of a basic game plan. And the first step of that game plan is going to be, where should my origin be located? And this is something that you'll get better and better at over time. But for this model, I think it makes sense to locate the origin right down here in this corner. This is where the 62 and the 65 dimension are coming from, and they kind of represent the overall dimensions of the part. So I think it makes sense just to kind of anchor the part down here in this corner, and that means we're going to put the origin or the 000 down there in that corner. We're also going to recognize that this part has symmetry, so I think that in this view the origin will be right here, right at the center of the part. So now that we know where the origin is going to be located, the next thing that we need to decide is, what is our very first sketch going to look like? And a lot of times when you're trying to determine the first sketch, you want to capture kind of the overall outside perimeter or the overall envelope of the part. And so in the case of this part here, I think our first sketch is going to look something like this: a line, another line, another line, another line, another line, and then a final line coming across here. And then we're going to go through and we're going to add the dimensions to those lines, or maybe we'll take a look at a pro tip. We'll add those dimensions using auto dimensions in SolidWorks. So we're going to go around, we're going to add in all the information for that sketch. The origin is going to be down here in the corner, and the entire sketch is going to be created here on this mid plane. And once we have that first sketch, we're going to take that sketch and we're going to extrude it using what's called a mid plane extrusion. So this thing is going to come out to a depth of 29, which means that it's going to go 14.5 in each direction. And then the final feature that we're going to add to this model is simply going to be a radius here with a radius of 14.5, a fillet with a radius of 14.5. Now we could do that fillet using what's called a full round fillet, but I think that might be a little too advanced for today's demonstration. I think we're going to kind of try to keep things at the beginner level. So we're just going to do that by making a regular fillet with a radius of 14.5. So now that we've got our game plan, let's take this drawing and move it over to our second screen. Let's get into SolidWorks and let's begin a new model. Now, if we look at the title block of this drawing, we can see that this drawing is created out of a material called ABS, and it's created on a unit system called MMGS, or millimeters. Well, what I've done is I've created a series of templates in SolidWorks, and one of those templates is for ABS and MMGS. And I'll include a link, I'll include a link up there in the upper corner to the video that I've created that explains how to create these templates. So I'm going to start out here by creating this new model using a template. If you're not using a template, then you can come over here to your materials folder. It probably says material not specified, and you can choose edit material, and then you can go in and you can find the material in plastics for ABS. You can confirm that the mass density is 1020 kilograms per cubic meter. And you can choose apply, and that will apply that material. You can also go down here in the lower right corner in SolidWorks. This is what's called the status bar down here in the lower right corner, and you can expand this menu here, and then you can choose MMGS or IPS or whatever unit system you need to use. So hopefully you'll be able to set up your templates for the next model. But for this model here, maybe you don't have them set up yet. That's okay. You can just go through and manually set ABS and MMGS. So now we are ready to get into our first sketch. And so to begin a sketch in SolidWorks, what you normally do is pick the plane that you want to sketch upon, and you can either left click or right click, and then you're going to choose this icon here for new sketch. It comes up in this little menu up top. So that's going to let you begin a new sketch in SolidWorks. We're going to begin a new sketch here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to choose the line command in SolidWorks. And we're going to take our mouse out onto the screen. And when we take our mouse out onto the screen, we're going to click here on the origin. So just click one time on your mouse and we're going to move our mouse over. And you'll see here that what's happening is I am getting what are called auto dimensions in SolidWorks. Now, this is a super powerful shortcut in SolidWorks. So once again, I'll include a link up here, one of those cards in YouTube, so that you can click on the link and learn how to use auto dimensions in SolidWorks. But this is something I really recommend that everybody sets up. I'll start using it in the next video. I don't want to lose anybody here in this tutorial, but definitely set up your auto dimensions in SolidWorks. For now, I'm just going to move my mouse over here like so, move my mouse up. I'm going to click again, move my mouse over here, click again, move my mouse up here, click again, move my mouse over here, click again, and then I'm going to come back down to the very bottom, click one last time. So in SolidWorks, when you go to make a line, you can click and drag. So you can click and hold the button down and then drag and then let go. Or you can click and then move your mouse and then click again. And that's two different ways of making a line. I prefer the click, move your mouse, and then click again. I think that's better for making chains of lines. So I'm gonna hit escape here. So now I'm out of any command, but I'm still in sketch mode. And I'm gonna select this geometry here. I'm just gonna put a window around this geometry here. And then I'm gonna press delete on my keyboard. So come over to your keyboard, press the delete key on your keyboard, and that gets rid of that extra geometry. So now up here on my sketching tab, this menu up here in the upper section of your screen, this is called your command manager. So this is where you get to all your commands in SolidWorks. I'm going to come up here to my command manager and I'm going to choose the sketching tab and I'm going to choose smart dimension. And then from the smart dimension command, I'm going to single click on this line. I'm going to move my mouse over here. I'm going to single click again, and then I'm going to let go of my mouse. And when I let go of my mouse, I'm going to type in 6-2 enter. Then I'm going to move my mouse down here to this line, single click, move my mouse straight down, single click again, let go of my mouse. I'm going to type in 6-5 enter. I'm going to move my mouse over here. I'm going to single click on this line, move my mouse over, single click. I'm going to type in 1-5 enter. And I'm going to move my mouse up here to this top line, single click, move my mouse straight up, single click again, let go of my mouse, and I'm going to type in 3-0 enter. And you'll notice that the sketch changed from blue to black. And that's what we call fully defining a sketch. And so I actually wrote a song about fully defining your sketches in SolidWorks. I think it's really important to fully define your sketches in SolidWorks. So again, I'll include a link up there in one of those cards. So if you're interested in listening to my song about sketching in SolidWorks, you can click on that link and you can listen to that song. So now I'm going to take this geometry and change it from being 2D to being 3D. And we're going to do that by going up here to our command manager again, this area up here. We're going to click features. And then after you click features, you're going to choose extruded boss base. So we click features, extruded boss base. And then once we do that, we're going to say that we want this extrusion. You notice up here, the first field says from. We're not going to do anything there, so you can just kind of ignore that. We're going to take this extrusion and we're going to change this from being blind to being mid-plane. So change that menu there from being blind to being mid-plane. And then once you make that change to mid-plane, then you can come into this box here where the depth of the extrusion is, and you can type in the depth here of 2-9, enter, and then you can just press enter again. Enter, enter. And there you go. Congratulations. You've made your first 3D solid here in SolidWorks in this absolute beginner's tutorial. Let's finish this thing off by adding what's called a fillet to this edge here and this edge here. So just click in the background, press escape, make sure that you're not in any kind of a command. Come up here to the top, make sure you choose features up here at the top, features up here at the top, and then you can come over here to what is called a feature fillet. So we're gonna add a fillet here to this model, fillet, and the fillet value here is going to be 14.5. That's going to be the radius for that fillet, 14.5. You can press enter one time and then set your preview to use what's called a full preview. Set your preview to use a full preview, and then come out here on the screen. You can click on this edge here. You can click on this edge here, and you can hit the green check mark. And look at that. That part looks beautiful. You could save that part if you wanted to. You could call it, 24-01-01 tier 1 part. And then what you can do is you can come up here to where it says evaluate. There's a tab up here that says evaluate. And then if you click on that tab that says evaluate, you can choose mass properties. And this will tell you what the mass of this part is. So it looks like the mass of this part is 69.17 grams. We can just take that number there, 69.17, and Control C for copy, or you could right mouse button and choose copy. And then we can go back to our app here, the Practice Models app, and let's roll out of this app. I'm holding control and I'm scroll wheeling here. And then I'm going to come over here to where it says mass, and I'm going to press Control V for paste. So there's that 69.17. Now, really, I don't have to include that 0.17. You can if you want, you don't have to. But I don't think you can include the G for grams or the words grams. I think it just has to be a number here. So don't try to type in any letters or anything. Just type in a number. But if you go, as long as you're within this tolerance range of plus or minus 1 gram, it should be okay. So let's see what happens if we say click to submit answer. Oh yeah, that looks good. That means that we did it. If you ever see this purple here show up, that means that you did it, that you got it right. So here you can see it's saying that our elapsed time is 10 minutes, 41 seconds. I'm going to choose submit and see what happens here. Yes. Congratulations, your answer was within the specified tolerance. Well done. So we are good here. And now the other thing that's pretty cool about finishing these challenges is once you're finished, you can see that we can go down here, and at the bottom, we can see that our time for this model was 10 minutes and 41 seconds. The average time for this model was 4 minutes and 26 seconds. So we were going a little bit slow on that challenge. And the fastest time came from CSWE Victor. Wow, 40 seconds. Oh my goodness. This guy was absolutely screaming. I actually know who that is. That's Victor K, and he was the world champion of 3D CAD speed modeling last year. So it does make sense that he has the fastest time. He is indeed the fastest in the world. He definitely earned that title. So pretty cool stuff here, but we can kind of see how everybody's doing, how we're doing in the field. So it looks like we're running a little bit slower than the rest of the field currently, but I think that if we keep practicing these challenges, we're going to get faster and faster. And if you agree, take a moment, hit the like button on this video. Let me know if you have any questions down below. And I think we're ready to move on to that next challenge. So I will see everybody in the next tutorial.